Hello guys, and welcome to another flight review of mine. I'm now at Sydney Airport. I'm about to fly on Regional Express Airlines Boeing 737-800 aircraft, Sydney to Melbourne inaugural flight. I'm really excited, so let's head to the gate now. Regional Express, or Rex Airlines, is the second oldest and the largest independent regional and domestic airline in Australia today. Rex Airlines check-in area is situated in Terminal 2 at Sydney Airport. To provide a faster check-in experience, Rex has introduced self-check-in kiosk ahead of its inaugural jet operation. However, the machine couldn't process my booking, so I still had to head to the staff check-in counter in order to get my boarding pass. Hello, thank you. The airline industry was severely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic in the last 12 months. While there are so many Qantas Airbus A330s parking on the runway, in June 2020, Rex announced interest in expanding into the domestic airline market. Rex leased 6 Boeing 737-800s with the first delivered in November 2020. This aircraft, VH-REX, only came out of the paint shop and arrived in Sydney on the 27th of February. The aircraft that will be operating the inaugural Sydney to Melbourne flight is VH-RQC. It is a former Virgin Australia aircraft known as VH-VOP Indian Head, and I believe it's the first Boeing 737 that Rex received. Now VH-RQC has just touched down on runway 34 left. As this is the first ever Rex Boeing 737 commercial flight arriving in Sydney, the airport organised a water salute on the taxiway. The inaugural Sydney to Melbourne flight begins with a morning tea and a few speeches accompanied by live music. I thought the morning tea was prepared for all fare-paying passengers travelling on their inaugural flight, but it turns out that it's only for Rex employees, the media, and those who got invited. It's a slight disappointment here.
Good morning. My name's Steve Loader from Rex, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the launch of our inaugural Boeing 737 jet service between Sydney and Melbourne. Today's launch of Rex's jet services between Sydney and Melbourne represent the first time an independent airline has operated that route in nearly 15 years.
I haven't seen the airport this busy
since April last year. And this is a really, really important day for Rex, but also for Sydney Airport. Rex's heart may be in the country, but they've always had one foot in the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all here today and to thank Rex for the tremendous occasion today. And the issue bringing the 737s in is absolutely unbelievable.
This is also a very historic moment for our Australian aviation industry. To be able to start a new domestic airline operation, there are not many people who've done it, but we now put our hand up to be part of the domestic airline business. Today we also announced that we're extending our network from Melbourne to Sydney to Melbourne to Adelaide, Melbourne to Coolangatta and Sydney to Coolangatta, starting on the 29th, 30th and 1st of March and the 1st of April. So we're expanding and we're going to get bigger, we're going to get better, and we hope you'll enjoy the journey with us.
Safe travels.
Okay, well, Jeff, this is the moment you and I come to now that we officially start the first flight of Rex's new jet domestic service between Sydney and Melbourne. Thank you very much for all your help. Congratulations. Thank you. Here we go. Yay. Now, Max, would you please be the first passenger to travel through? Come on through, Max. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Regional Express welcome passengers travelling to Melbourne on Rex Flight 33. The information of passengers travelling to Rex today will commence boarding shortly. For your information and safety,
Get documented on the tarmac. Thank you. All mobile phones and electronic equipment with a flight mode function must be switched to flight mode now.
You'll be boarding via the stairs. Good morning, welcome. Thank you, you're on the left today. Hello, good morning. Perfect.
Welcome aboard Rex Airlines Boeing 737-800. As this used to be a Virgin Australia aircraft, the interior looks pretty identical. There are a total of 29 rows. At the front are 2 rows of business class seats in a 2-2 configuration. Not all economy class fare includes seat selection. Rows 3 to 5, 13 and 14 are economy X seats with extra legroom and headrest. If you booked a community or a promo fare, selecting this seat costs $15 extra. Rows 6 to 12 are standard economy class seats with headrest, which costs an additional $10. And rows 15 to 29 are economy class seats without headrest and costs $6 to select online. On this flight, I'm sitting in seat 27A, so without headrest. The seat has a width of 17 inches, a pitch of 31 inches, and a recline of 4 inches. The legroom is pretty good. Rex prepared a goodie bag for all passengers travelling on the 1st of March. Inside the bag are a book about Rex's history, the latest in-flight magazine, a Rex cap, a Rex pen, and a Rex water bottle, which, before opening the box, I thought it was a plain model.
Our flight time home today will be approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes, that is if you're going home.
My name's Ebony and I'll be your cabin manager on board today's flight.
On behalf of Rex Airlines and your crew today, a very warm country welcome aboard Rex Airlines' inaugural domestic jet service from Sydney to Melbourne. We will be offering premium full service with our trademark country hospitality, but at affordable prices. On behalf of everyone at Rex Airlines, we hope that you will enjoy today's flight on this historic day in Australian aviation. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Now let's have a look at the in-flight entertainment. There's currently no Wi-Fi on board, but it could be turned on in the future. Inside the seat pocket is a safety card, a COVID-19 passenger information card, and a bi-monthly published True Bloom in-flight magazine. The magazine gives you a brief introduction about Rex Airlines, some of the destinations it flies to, and what to do at those places. What's more, if you really like the magazine, you can take it home.
Thank you for joining us. We thank you for having confidence in us, and we thank you for your business, and we hope to see much more of it in the years to come. I'd like to thank our pilots on the way up from Melbourne this morning. They got a 10 out of 10 landing. It was a perfect landing, and our crew, the cabin crew here today who are serving it now, also got a 10 out of 10 for the way in which they service everybody in the cabin. And so I hope that this will continue today and we'll get a similar landing when we arrive in Melbourne in a short while's time.
Rex organised a few activities to keep passengers entertained on this inaugural flight. First is a cupcake and a complimentary champagne service to celebrate the launch of this jet service, and the crew taking Polaroid instant photograph for each passenger to keep. The cupcake came with different colors. For example, if you have watched Paul Stewart's video, you can see his cupcake was blue. Mine looks ordinary, but it was very delicious. Shortly after the first round of snack service is the second round with complimentary hot drinks, champagne and juice. The snack is a 40-gram chocolate cookie. I guess this is the snack you would get on a regular service, which is quite similar to what Qantas and Virgin is serving in economy at the moment.
And so we've got some prizes for a couple of our passengers, and the first is a prize of 2 tickets
Between the two snack servers, the Deputy Chairman and Independent Director of Rex Airlines announced some flight giveaways for some lucky passengers.
To Coolangatta, the Gold Coast, and 2 nights accommodation. The Gold Coast is seat 21A. 21A, where are you? There you go. Right down the very back. I thank you for sharing this important and really historic day with us. We look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thanks for travelling with
The flight time to Melbourne is only 1 hour and 13 minutes, so it wasn't long before we commenced our descent. The aircraft is 17 years old, even the window frame shows its age. The crew on the other hand were so passionate, energetic and friendly. I can see Rex is trying very hard to impress its passengers with its country hospitality. Rex entering the domestic market is definitely a wonderful news for passengers who wish to have a more affordable travel option when flying between capital cities. I therefore wish Rex a great success and would love to try them again in the coming month when the airline normalizes its service.
I'd like to welcome you to Melbourne. That's Rex's very first inaugural Sydney to Melbourne flight on our 737. Thank you so much for your support and your applause. We absolutely love having you here. We look forward to your company when you next choose to fly. Thank you, and we hope you have an absolutely lovely afternoon.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I have shown everything that you were looking for. I will be flying in Rex business class on my way back to Sydney later this afternoon. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you would like to find out what Rex's premium service looks like. I'll see you guys in my next video.